We've had the pleasure of dealing with lots and lots of leadership teams, and the one thing that we find is the hardest thing for many companies is to prepare for the future.
The reason why we undertook the Pathfinders work was because, the business is operating pretty well today. It's kind of running well, the business is growing nicely, but we really want to influence the industry and influence the future, and we see a huge opportunity to look further out and do some things that are really going to change the industry.
So when you start getting into the actual
we also accepted if we are to create the pet care business 10 years out, it's probably not me. I'll be long gone by then, unfortunately. And the next generation is closer to the developments in society and closer to what is happening and are better placed to tell us what the future looks like so that we can take decisions.
One of the things that we at IMD have been focusing on is how do we break up these activities to give the individuals, the organizations time to think more deeply, to think through issues, and to become aligned and make choices together. So a lot of what we're doing at the beginning with the individuals is challenging those assumptions, to try to have them open their minds to think about things differently, to have them open up. The first step is actually to tell these Pathfinders, you're fired. You have to start to think you no longer work for Mars. You have to say, my first opportunity is to go learn about the world, learn about what's happening, see what the best companies in the best areas are trying to do.
It was a really hard concept to get your head around, and it was hard not to immediately go to the solution because, oh, we know pet care, but it was so rewarding to be able to step away and look at our business in a whole different way.
But I think it's been good to quote-unquote fire everyone just to make sure that we're all taking an outside-in point of view. So rather than thinking about, I have a hammer, let's go look for a nail, this is what I've done in the past, let's try to do this in the future. It was truly saying, what are the problems that people are experiencing in the industry and how can we create novel solutions to answer them?
Imagine our future as a blank and white paper, so we could draw whenever you want with freedom and to imagine it without our shackles from today.
And then we sent them out to visit companies. And these Pathfinders visited 32 companies around the world. We're across all different industries, across all different parts of the world. They were across all different ages and different sizes, but they had an average annual growth rate in excess of 30% for the last 5 years. What we did here with the Pathfinders together is we identified 4 lenses that were important for shaping the future.
I was really amazed on how this company has been open, how they just welcome us, how it was easy to meet some senior leaders and to share some thinking. And then I was also amazed by the passion that we felt everywhere when we visited this company.
If we take the lessons from the outside, if we take what we've seen other successful companies doing, what could we do? How can we take these lessons ourselves? And what types of concrete proposals can we develop for our leaders, for our organization to transform our business?
So in October, the Pathfinders went to Dubai, and it was the first time where the broader Mars leadership community was exposed to our visits. From my point of view, the goal of that session was really to bring them along the journey.
We received so many positive feedback, and to us that was really kind of confirmation that what we were doing was interesting, useful, that we were in the right direction, and so that has been a kind of also way to strengthen our energy to move forward.
So the last part of the journey was actually bringing together the Pathfinders and the leadership team together for 3 days. And the idea was to co-create. So it was really a process of exciting the leaders, exciting the leadership team, exciting the organization on what is possible if we really look to the future. Because the critical issue taking this journey forward is how do we take ideas that are Pathfinder ideas and make them into Mars ideas.
In the Pathfinder journey is really this whole notion of co-creation. Depending on the situation that they encounter, I need to facilitate a most constructive dialogue, taking advantage of what's being discovered on the ground. So in many ways, I as an educator, for the first time, I really need to let go in a very big way. Of course that's uncomfortable. Of course that's scary. But looking back in terms of the result and the insight that get generated from the program, it definitely worth every penny.
And then I think probably the most powerful thing was how the pet care leaders were engaged in the conversation. I think we were all afraid that they'd be skeptical, and they actually walked away celebrating Pathfinders and really excited about the future.
I think there's just a fabulous breadth of ideas. I can see possibilities to connect ideas between the different groups. I'm amazed by how much external insight people have actually got, and I think that will really provoke Mars into some really different solutions going forward.
And this is all about making the initiative that enables us to shape our reality, our future reality, and not be passengers of that evolution, but be an actor of the evolution of our own industry.
The Pathfinder program has been an overwhelming, amazing experience. It has taken me so far out of my comfort zone. It has opened a whole new world that I never imagined.
They're learning, they have learned outside in. So getting a group telling us about the outside world from their own personal feeling, touching of that, has been fantastic for us.
Impact comes from changing what companies do, and the only way to change what companies do is to engage with them over time, to shape their understanding, to think through options, to question choices, and to make decisions together, but then also to think about how to take it forward. So IMD is unique in our focus. We are truly a partner for top leadership teams in terms of creating the future. Not just thinking about it, but creating it.